Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's the end of February 2023 and I'm starting to get this backyard ready for my Bermuda season. Now I'm located on the north side of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I've already started getting rid of the winter ryegrass and I've put out my pre-emergent. This year we're using Yard Mastery's Prodiamine pre-emergent that you can get online. Just going with that this year, got the granular put out. But now we're up to the scalp portion. Now, this is the least favorite part for anybody who has Bermuda lawns. Scalping's not fun. It's nasty, it's dirty, and you'll sneeze for weeks. If you've been following the channel, you know I lost my McLean mower last season. That was my primary scalping mower for this lawn. And I could get it around, a little over a ½ inch for the scalp. Previous seasons at its lowest setting. Now for common Bermuda, usually I'm shooting around 1 inch to 1.5 inches come like late summertime for my height of cut of what I actually keep my yard at. My Honda HRX 217 will only go down to 1 inch for its lowest cut. So not so much of a scalp there when I'm already keeping the lawn at that height of cut, preferably. Well, last season, I ended up buying the Husqvarna 430X Automower. I got it late spring, early summer, and after I got it, I'm impressed. Like, it works great. It mows the lawn just fine. Plenty of videos on that. However, I've always wondered, can it scalp your Bermuda lawn for you? Its height of cut range is from 2.4 inches all the way down to 0.8 of an inch for the lowest height of cut. Now for most of us, that's pretty low. That would be good enough. However, I wanted to see if I could, how low of a scalp could this thing actually do if I was able to find a fairway kit to put on it. Because that's what you have to have. You have to have the fairway kit, and the fairway kit will allow the mower to mow at a lower height of cut. The only issue with the fairway kit is it's very hard to find, or at least it was for me. I was actually able to locate one on eBay. So while that was coming in the mail, I went ahead and got started with the cut with the Automower, working it down from setting 9 all the way to 1. And as you can see, I had the ryegrass pretty high, a little over 4 inches, maybe just shy of 5 inches in some area. And the idea with the Automower in general is to just take a little piece off at a time as you're working your height of cut down to the desired height of cut. So that's what I did. So over the few days while I was waiting for that fairway kit to come in the mail, just let the mower do its thing overnight, bring down the height of cut of the lawn overall, a little piece at a time. All right, so once I got the kit in the mail, I ended up using the 10mm spacer for it to install on there. Now the actual plate in this picture was missing from the package I received from eBay. I don't really know what happened there, but what I did was I ended up installing that spacer on the stock disc that's already on the mower. That seems to be working just fine, and even providing the appropriate height of cut measurements that it says it's supposed to do anyway. So that part was missing, but we're making it work. I worked my way down a little bit to catch up with the height of cut that it previously ended at with the stock height of cut, which was about setting 4. Setting 4 had a few areas where it was still mowing a little bit, so I let it do a run at that. And setting number 4 is 25mm, 0.98 inches. It wasn't cutting a lot, but in a few sections it was touching just a little bit. So anyway, that was a good place to start. All right, so from section 4, working it down, 3, 2, and 2 being 15mm, that is 0.60 inches height of cut. Now the issue was whenever I got to number 2, I got a good cut on the lawn and I thought it was out here long enough, and then we got a rain delay. After the lawn dried up, we went from setting number 2 to 1. Setting number 1 is 10mm, 0.39 inches height of cut. and our true scalp. This is as low as this 430X can go. And let me tell you what, quite impressed with what it was able to do. Now, I didn't leave it on setting number 2 long enough. I probably could have done a few more hours on setting 2 because as you can see, when it went down to setting 1, there was still quite a bit of that thatch, that cut layer, grouping, bushels, whatever, still on the lawn. So I did have to go back with a leaf rake, rake that up and pick it up and get it off the lawn. That way, if you want to, you can take the rotary, bag it, do it that way if you want to. However, for the goal of this backyard, I'm just trying to only use the Automower this whole season. So no rotary, no reel mower, just all Automower, and just see what all I can get done in this backyard out of the performance of this mower. So, like I said, had to go back, rake a little bit at it up, clean up the yard a little bit. But let me tell you what, this thing is very impressive because this, to me, is a Scalp. And then you can kind of see in the pictures how low this thing is actually going to go. This is way lower than anything I need to keep this lawn at 1 inch. I could probably even keep it at 3/4 of an inch if I wanted to and still have the appropriate scalp from this mower. All right, so a few statistics from it. It did take, so from the highest cut of the ryegrass all the way down to the lowest cut, now we're in the Bermuda, dormant Bermuda scalp, it took a little over 25 hours of run time to work my way down from the max height of cut all the way to the lowest height of cut of this mower. So, like I said, 6,500 square feet back here. We had winter ryegrass, overseeded common Bermuda. So about 25 hours of run time is how I got to this result. Also, another thing that I should mention is I did have to change the blades twice while doing this. I don't know if it was so much more that they needed to be changed, but they gunged up pretty good, especially as I started working down into the lower levels and getting more dirt and debris inside those blades. So after a few hours of cutting, I would turn it off, flip it up and over, and as you can see, the blades are stuck. So just have to have a Phillips screwdriver handy. Just unscrew them, take them off, clean the debris away so they're free swinging, and then put the blades back on. Super easy to do, but that was something that was happening. So you wouldn't want to just let it go on a full mow without checking that, because those blades will get stuck and decrease the performance of the cutting ability of the mower. So if you're in the market for an Automower, especially if you have a Bermuda lawn and you need that lower height of cut, I would suggest looking into if your Automower can scalp for you. Because let me tell you what, this is quite nice not having to mask up and wear goggles and bag all this stuff and get rid of it. So, like I said, we're going to be running this mower only on this backyard. I'm going to just try to exclusively use the Automower for the whole season to do everything. And so far, it's done the hardest part, which is scalp. Now it's just got to maintain the lawn for all summer long. So if you're interested in seeing how that turns out, consider subscribing. If you like the video, give me a like. But most importantly, if you got a comment or question about any of this stuff, leave a comment down below. Because like I said, I like sharing this hobby with you guys. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.